Right, what's up guys, JJ Richards here, welcome back to another YouTube video. And I will apologise, it's been quite a while since I've done a gym tour video, but today we are back doing another gym tour video, and this is going to be the Grow Room Volume 2. So if you remember, quite a few months ago we did a gym review of the Grow Room, back when it was a tent which was somewhere just over there. So I think they had a fire, so they had to kind of set up a temporary base. However, they're now back indoors, so I'm super excited to go in there, test it out. And I'm also really excited because they've got a new Atlantis chest press machine, and I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same one that we used a long time ago now when we went to Ultraflex Gym in Leeds. So we could go and hit up some chest today, probably do a little bit of shoulders, maybe a little bit of triceps. Primarily it's going to be quite machine orientated, so I find that whenever I do like the gym tour videos, I always like to try and use some different machines. But this gym is really good because they've got such a variety of kit. They've got the real like old school, borderline antique Nautilus gym equipment, and then they've got all like some of the brand new Atlantis stuff as well, and everything in between. So whether you like the old school or the new school, they've literally got all of it. So I'm excited to go in there, try out some of the machines, get a nice breasticle pump and see what happens. Right, let's go. So let me talk you through today's workout, and then what we'll do at the end, I will give you my full review on the Grow Room version 2. So first exercise, it had to be the Atlantis incline chest press machine. And I'm still going to say it now that this is probably one of the best, if not the best, pieces of chest machines I've used. I really like a chest machine where I'm lying down, where a lot of the times you usually sat upright. I find it allows me to kind of push and brace myself against the bench a little bit better, and it kind of allows me to get that contraction on the chest at the top. So huge fan of that machine. So next exercise, I know I said I primarily do machines, but we had to do a few dumbbell presses. So I've had to slightly change the way I train at the moment, solely because of a few injuries that I've got. Typically, because I am a bit of an ego lifter, I'd look at what the heaviest dumbbell is in the gym, and I'd try my hardest to lift it. However, as I'm getting older, I'm getting a little bit more wiser. So what we did is I just used the 42 kilos. The reason I didn't use the 40 kilos, because the only two 40 kilo dumbbells I could find, they had different grips. So one was like a bowed grip, and the other one was a straight grip, and that would just feel weird to me. I have a bit of OCD when it comes to dumbbells. So we did 3 sets, anywhere between 10 to 12 reps, and the focus is more now just trying to get a lot of blood into the muscle rather than trying to just lift heavy weights for like 6 to 8 reps. So I am still getting used to this new way of training, and it is difficult trying to leave the ego at the door, but I'm getting slightly better at it. So this machine here, so this is on Instagram, it's gym_shop_kit. Now these bits are quite popular. I know JP's got quite a few bits in his gym, and this was the incline chest fly. Again, it's a really nice movement. The machine is really smooth. It puts you in a nice position. So again, on this one, more volume. So we did 4 sets. We tried to do anywhere between 12 to 15 reps. And on the 4th set, as you can see now, we just did 1 set to absolute failure. And this is a really good movement. I kind of prefer a fly machine to using dumbbells, as long as you can get a nice machine to use. So again, exactly the same as the first movement, but we used the Atlantis shoulder press. This was actually quite heavy, this machine. It felt a lot harder than the chest press. so I didn't go too heavy on this one, and we just did 3 sets of 15. But just like the chest press, I really love the Atlantis shoulder press machine. I like the angle of the handles as well. It takes a lot of pressure off your wrists, really puts a lot of force on the shoulders, so I was a huge fan of that one. Again, this is another piece by Gym Shop Kit. Sounds like a bit of a mouthful saying that. So I've used this machine before and I didn't like it, but I was using both arms at the same time. And the only problem with this bit of kit I find is that because of the position of where the weight is loaded on the machine, it's quite high. So as you get to the top range of the motion, it does drop off slightly. But I did find if I just did a single arm movement and moved my body and shifted it all the way to the side of the platform, it prevented that drop off a little bit more. So this is actually pretty good if you're just doing singles. So on the third set here, what we did is I did singles, and then what I did is just partial reps. And because I'm just doing partials, the load is staying on the shoulders, whereas kind of if you lift it all the way up, that's when the load drops off. So this was really good just to get a nice pump to finish off the shoulders on this exercise. So the third and final exercise, they've got a load of hammer strength kit in this gym, and hammer strength is just like the OG when it comes to gym equipment. And this is like the old school hammer strength when it was built really well. And I do like the hammer strength shoulder press machine. Again, this is one if you've got a big ego, it's a nice machine, so you can really load it quite heavily. But what I did on this one is we did 12 on one arm, 12 on the other arm, and on this one we did it a little bit different. So on the third set we then just went, after we did 12, as you'll see in a minute, both arms together and finished off for another 12, just to absolutely destroy the shoulders. That's a burn right there. Right, question. Am I massive yet? I don't know. Don't think so. Gotta keep working hard. Right, so, verdict on the Grow Room, volume 2. So, let's start off and break it down along the journey of going through my workout. So, initially, location, really good, really easy to get to. It's actually quite a good location because you've kind of got Bristol, Bath, like I'm chipping them a little bit further down. So there's quite a few areas where you can get to it within half an hour. So if you just want to go and check out a different gym, try a few different bits of kit, it's really good for location wise. And it's pretty much just off the motorway as well. It's like 2-3 minutes off the motorway, so it's really easy to access. Parking, decent, they've got plenty of car parking spaces outside, and also guest fee. So guest fee is only £5, which in my opinion is pretty much the industry standard. However, I've noticed over the last couple of years that price is creeping up slowly, 6, 7, 8, some gyms 10 quid, which is a rip-off. If you go to like the private health clubs, they're like 12, 15 quid because they don't want to encourage guest passes, because they want people to get memberships, which I understand, but if you just visit an area, rip-off. So, the actual gym itself, it's one of those gyms that you will go to if you want to use some really cool bits of equipment that you won't see really anywhere else. And I was actually chatting to the owner at the end that I've not met before. He's a really sound guy. He was the one that kind of invited me back over because he had some new bits of kit in. And he is very passionate about the equipment that goes into the gym. And that's what I really like about independent gyms, is that the owner has handpicked, hand-selected all of the pieces of equipment to go in there. It's not like a commercial gym where they just say techno gym will do, let's just throw all techno gym kit in there. So like I've said before, they have a real variety of equipment, from the absolute old, which you'll see, like some of the old fashioned Nautilus kit that is probably older than not just me, but my parents and maybe my grandparents. And they've also got some of the brand new Atlantis kit, and then they've got some really sweet Cybex kit in there. They've got some of the Strength Shop kit, some bits of kit I've never even seen before, which is really cool. So if you're a bit of a gym kit geek like I am, you can go in there and check it out. So variety of equipment is also absolutely impeccable. So normally you might go to a gym, they might have 1 or 2 different chest presses. There I lost count on how many they had. They must have had at least maybe 7, I think, maybe even more, I don't know. But then they've got the same for shoulders, they've got the same for back. I've never seen so many hack squats in one gym. I'm pretty sure they had like 4 or 5 hack squats, which is crazy. So in regards to like variation of gym equipment, it's awesome. And I'm actually recording this the day after my session, and my chest DOMs are pretty insane. Now that's down to 2 things. One is a different way I'm training, I'm hitting more volume, so our muscles aren't quite used to that amount of volume in a workout, so it fatigues them a little bit more, so I'm getting a little bit more DOMs. And also, just when using different bits of equipment, hitting different angles, your muscles aren't used to working in those kind of angles if you do the same machines all the time. So it's always quite nice to try different bits of kit to kind of stimulate those fibers that you're not normally hitting. So variety of kit, equipment itself, really, really good. You can't really falter. It is, I would kind of say it is like the kind of old school spit and sawdust gyms. With that in mind, it's pretty well maintained. Like a lot of the machines are pretty well kept. I know some of them you can tell, from being outside when they had to put them in the tent, they have kind of caused some kind of like rust to some of the equipment just because of the humidity outside. You can't do anything about that. You would need to like sandblast them and respray them, which is a massive job. So other than that, the equipment is really well maintained. I don't think I saw one piece of equipment that was out of order, which is always a positive sign. Like the aesthetics of the place, it is very mismatched, but I think that's kind of the theme that they're going for, because there is lots of different bits of equipment. And the problem is when you've got like, Cybex kit is usually always white. Hammer strength usually is kind of like silver. You've got Atlantis, which is bright red. So there's lots of different colours in there. I know some gyms, if you've been to like the Ultraflexes, they'll sandblast it and spray it all. So they go for like the aesthetics. Whereas this gym is more the old school kind of, we just want the kit in there. We want a good variety of equipment and just work hard. So that's pretty good. The atmosphere was decent as well, because we trained at like midday, so it's normally quite quiet, but it was quite busy in there. There was quite a lot of people training. I think at peak time it would be quite busy, and whether that would be a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. Because personally, I don't like waiting to get on kit. But I kind of like a gym that's got a decent buzz about it. I don't like going to a gym where it's absolutely empty. I don't like going to a gym that's crazy busy. So that for me at that time was at that halfway mark, which was perfect for me. And also just follow the Groom on Instagram. You'll see there's some unbelievable physiques and competitors and strength athletes that train in there. So, that just goes to show right now that it's a good place to train, because the quality of athletes that actually come out of that gym is really good. So overall, I really liked it. It's hard to try and find negatives about it, really. You could argue and say that like some of the dumbbells are a little bit mismatched. So in regards to like the grips and the handles that I had to use, one was like a straight handle, one was a bowed handle. So that's a little bit annoying if you want to use that weight. But other than that, I was pretty pleased with the gym. Definitely be back again. I want to actually go and train back there, because they've got a real cool piece of kit. It's like the Strength Shot one, but it's almost like the Nautilus copy. So I want to go and try that out, because that looks really good. So I'll definitely be back there for some more workouts, so I get some more content. But if you're around this area, around the Gloucester way, go and check it out. You'll definitely have a good workout in there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, if there's any other gyms that I've not been to that you want me to try out, comment down below. I do need to try and do a little bit more traveling, but I've just been so busy right now. I've got a few projects that I'm working on myself that may or may not come to fruition. However, it's quite timely, so trying to do everything. It's quite busy, but I'll do my best. But anyway, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Peace. Adios.